Hey everyone, wygowarrior aka Julie here. Welcome to my channel. Alright, so once again, in order to hopefully save time, I'm already zoomed in and have my hair clip up. Today I thought it would be fun to do a full-ish face of e.l.f. makeup because I just found a 30% off discount code that's good until the middle of March. And you only have to spend $45 plus. The code is SHOPMY. And if you want to support me, yay, I would be honored, but don't feel obligated. I've left a link down below that if you click on it and start your shopping, I will receive a small commission. All right, I really am trying. I know, apologies for my last Get Ready With Me. It was really long. I'm trying to get my Get Ready With Me's to be a lot quicker, so I better start plopping stuff on my face. So this here is the Suntouchable Invisible Sunscreen. I guess I thought I've used this one before, but I haven't because it's very silicone-y and clear. The other one is kind of a soft, whitish, creamy. It's not yellow, but you could say it's kind of yellow. This, I think I plopped too much on. But I bet it could function as a primer and a sunscreen because it full-on feels like silicone. Very interesting, meaning the amount I squirted out is what you should be using for a sunscreen, but is way too much for this specific product as a silicone-based kind of primer. I'm going to quickly move on to this little sample of the Holy Hydration eye cream. Yeah, because my eyes always need help. Alright, I am not going to be using a concealer from e.l.f. today, which is why I said ish, because in a recent video I used the Camo concealer, the hydrating one, and no, she will be in a future empties video. But I will be revisiting this Putty color correcting eye brightener. And I know I did an e.l.f. haul, I don't know, a couple months ago. And probably did a try-on video using this. I have zero recollection. So I'm just going to swirl my finger and get it warmed up and shove it under my eye. It would probably help if I picked up a mirror to monitor what I'm doing. Yeah, this is what happens when I try to hurry up and film. I miss things. Skip over, apply, not in a good way. I'm going to put this on top of my lid. I have discoloration up top, and hopefully this will function also as an eye primer to save even more time. Okay, that is not a concealer, so let me pop off real quick and actually apply a concealer, and then we'll move on to foundation. Did I mention that when the video started, I was sporting a eyebrow pencil? Yes, me doing my brows. I just put a little bit right here and I drew in the tail. This here's from e.l.f. and I've had it so long that the writing's kind of faded away, so hopefully I can find some information that would have floated on screen. Alright, what's next? Oh, yes, foundation. This is the Flawless Satin Foundation. As with just about every single product I own, if I've only used it once or twice, I have no recollection. So I'm just going to smear it everywhere. I would say my first observation is it's a wee bit too light. But yes, I will be using some contouring products. It's also not blending in the best. I'm going to switch over to a damp sponge. Maybe it doesn't work well with brushes, but let me pounce away and then we'll come back and move on to contour bronzer. Alright, so I have the Putty bronzer and the Camo liquid bronzer and contour. This is in Fair 1, and this is in something so tiny, I'm going to need my little friend to figure out. Tan lines. Okay, so do you remember a couple years ago when these were the newest release and the big rage? Yeah, so I picked one up. Do I remember how it worked out? Oh, and by the way, this brush is from e.l.f. It has a little end where you can like scoop up stuff. Never use that. But I like how soft yet dense this brush is. and it works great for cream products. So let's hope I didn't get too much on the brush there. Just gonna tap a little on, pounce it around. Yes, okay. That worked out much better than I thought, you know. Even though I've owned the product and I've used it before, it's been a few years, so it's almost as if it was a product I'm using for the first time, and you just never know. All right, this product here, I have only used once. Recent, I don't know, that term's relative, maybe 2 months ago. Do I remember? No. So am I putting on way too much right now? Possibly. Do you think I care? Nope, because I know how to fix things. Okay, so I'm taking a dry sponge and just kind of pouncing away. And I like the tone of this one better. It's more neutral. This one's way more warm. I'm just gonna go off camera and add a dot or two blend in so we're twinsies, and then I'll come back and do blush. Alright, just like with the contour bronzers, I do have 2 different products. This is the Putty blush in the shade Tahiti, and this is a newer Camo liquid blush in the shade Dusty Rose. Unlike with the contour bronzers, I will do a swatch because the shades could be very, very different, and you know, don't want to be a lopsided clown. If you're going to be a clown, you might as well be consistent. All right, well, very interesting. So this here is called Dusty Rose with my bright lights. It looks very pale. Trust me, it's more this shade, which is like tangerine. It's not Dusty Rose. It's very coral. Not tangerine, but more coral. Same with the one down below. However, this one is called Tahiti, which, look at the difference in the pan versus on the skin. Okay, so a lot of rambling to basically say they're very similar in tone. I'm going to do the same. Start with one on one side, one on the other. And I may mix and match to get them to look the same. I have another brush from e.l.f. I really enjoy the brushes from e.l.f. This side is kind of oval. It's a little more dense. So let's try it with the Putty bronzer and just kind of stamp her on there, because again, no clowns here. I'm going to take a damp sponge and tap. Okay, yay, I managed not to look like a clown. Can I do that twice in a row? Liquid ones, they always scare me because you never know. I'm just going to use the other side of that same brush. Less is more with the liquid. This is a damp sponge to hopefully pick up most of that, because, yeah, went a little ham. Just placement, it's more sheared out, so let me grab the other one and kind of match placement, if that makes sense, because, yeah. Alright, I'm not too worried because blush usually, I don't know why, it like disappears, it settles down. By the time I do the final reveal, you'll be like, I thought she applied blush. Alright, next is highlighter, and I only own one highlighter product from e.l.f., which is this 6-pan highlighter. Yes, so I have options. I'm going to go into this shade right here and just swirl my brush, tap my brush, because lately I haven't been a tapping, and get it to go on the cheek. Is it showing up? It's no Ofra. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so now we get to move on to the eye look. I once owned an eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. that I looked for and couldn't find. And so, yeah, we are limited to the 3 little 4-pan, what do they call these? Not minis. Bite-sized palette. So we will just make it work because I'm not going anywhere. All right, so those are the color stories. Since we're a little more warm, we're going to start with this and just mix and match. grabbing whatever I want, whenever I want. So this is very soft, peachy, and yeah, we're just gonna try to do this very quick because I feel like this video is already way too long. So let me try to speed through this. Now I'm gonna go into a different bite-sized palette to grab a deeper kind of shadow shade and get it underneath my lash line. And then I'll take that same fluffy brush, bring it up in the corner a little bit. Then I'll go into the original palette, the darker shimmer shade, and just kind of blend it right in with that darker matte. Then go back to the first bite size, go into the lightest shimmer shade, and with my finger, try not to fat finger anything, and pull it across the lid, and then I'll come back in and with a brush kind of blend the two together. Do that with a clean, fluffy brush. Oh, I got a fat finger. It's okay. Alright, I boo-booed in my inner corner. A good and bad boo-boo. It's perfect location, but I wanted to use a different product, which is this guy here. The No Budge Shadow Stick, which is similar to, what's her name? Like Bobbi Brown or someone like Bobbi Brown. It's just a little rounded tip so you can just quickly go like this and you got it where you needed to go. I'm going to go into the other shade, bite size here, and grab this medium toned brown and get it just a wee bit out here just to deepen slightly. And then off camera, because this video is already longer than I wanted, I'll just put something on my brow bone. BRB. Alright, off camera, as you can see, I took out that crazy hair clip and applied eyeliner. So now it is time for lip products. And I don't know why I thought I owned some e.l.f. Lipsticks, but apparently the only two things I could find are this mystery product. I'm not sure if it's a stain, an oil, or a gloss. Based off of the size, I'm going to guess a lip stain. And here I do have a lip gloss. It is a lip plumping gloss, but it's not the kind that is spicy hot. I'm making an assumption because I've used it down to there, and if it was spicy, I wouldn't have used it past a try-on. Now, my only question or issue here is the swatch of the lip product is, will it go with the eye look? But since it's the only one I have, we're going for it. Has a flat petal applicator. Very interesting. Meaning it feels kind of wet. That's going to sound weird because all liquids you would assume are wet, but when it touches your lips, it feels that kind of wet sensation. It's very slippy, very comfortable, and it's also darker on the lips, in my opinion, than it looked in the swatch right there. But as I mentioned earlier, it's the only product I have. All right, so let's give the Plumping lip gloss a try on top. It has kind of a standard doe foot, but the kind that's kind of like a foot where it kind of scoops up a little bit. And this one is, yeah, it's clear, so I won't even show you the swatch. It is also very comfortable. Smells sweet. Yeah, sorry for the duck lips or whatever, kissy lips. Interesting, that first lip color, again, is just darker on my lips. I'm just not used to a dark lip color, but here we go. Here's the final look. Let me know if you enjoy e.l.f. products, if you are hip to some, but not so much others. Or if you just like, nope, don't even touch it. If you are the type who loves purchasing from e.l.f., reminder, you can get 30% off a $45 plus or more haul. This is on the e.l.f. website. Use the code SHOPMY. If you want to support me, you can click a link down below. Otherwise, just use that code to save yourself 30%. All right, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so by now, I would love if you would subscribe. For those who have, thank you so much. Remember to click that bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. And if you can do me a big favor, clicking the thumbs up, it really does help with my channel to grow. All right, thanks everyone.